Good afternoon and welcome to the Blackwater Cantina. My name is Maz, and this afternoon I am joined by Mike and
Hello.
Robin,
Hello.
my hearty crewmates. We can call you crewmates because that doesn't imply that I have any kind of insurance or payment for you, so...
Yes.
Send help.
Exactly. Mike's got his beers. He's all good. Both got beer. What? And there's me with water.
Like a pleb.
Mine's not beer.
Oh, okay.
Neither's mine.
Fair
It's
enough.
just a beer glass I took from a hotel.
Thief. There's poor hotels.
Like most of the glasses in my house have come from the pub.
Lives like a student.
To be honest, the 3 cracking glasses I have, they're amazing.
Oh. It's all gravy. Cool. So yeah, some stuff got spoiled yesterday. They told us all about the Court Shadows. They're now in the app. So it's going to be me talking about vampires again.
Maz, you cannot look happier right now.
I'm very happy. There's some really cool stuff in there. So we're going to have a talk through a Vorsalys list with some of the new bits and pieces in it, some combos that I think are pretty cool. So we'll have a look at that. Have a look at the War Machine Wednesday. See what's going on. We've got a few releases there. And we're going to talk about Nyrro. Because yes. We've got the mini crate to talk about. And some events. So, should we kick off with events? Events in the calendar.
Sure.
Cool. So this Sunday, in 2 days' time, I will be at SummerSlam in Tiverton. So if you guys are going, awesome. High fives. I need to print some stickers. I got some more sticker paper, so I can make some more stickers to hand out, which is going to be cool. And then 17 days' time, so the 15th of August, we have got the narrative
Rumble
event.
in Remark.
Rumble in Ramark. So this is the Hobby House in Southampton. I will put a link to the Longshanks in the description. Robin and Mike are going to be there running a big narrative event on the super awesome city table that they have.
Yay
which
me.
is extremely cool. So
There will be lots of photos just to annoy Matt.
it's good. We're excited. Unfortunately, I can't be there. It's accursed having a family over the summer, and apparently you can't just abandon the children to their own devices. So, yeah.
But yes, I finally got around to writing out the narrative event, so it is all good and it was posted up this morning. So,
yep, that's all the details are in our Discord. So, join the Discord with the link below if you want to come along to that. All the details are there, and there's a Longshank event as well. So, come and join us for that one. Then the next one we're doing is the 13th of September. I keep wanting to say the 15th, but it's not. It's the 13th of September. For our first Entoyment steamroller. So again, I'll put a Longshanks link in the description. 100 points, 2 lists, standard steamroller stuff. But come on down, see our big store, prove to the owner that people play War Machine, and then we can buy it from him, and that'll be great.
yes, we can.
Make our lives easy. Everyone in the area's lives so much easier for playing War Machine because we can actually get it locally and not have to wait on shipping.
Exactly, which I'm still waiting on for my Death Whisper. It should arrive tomorrow, so I need it for
Quickest
Sunday.
paint job ever.
This is me we're talking about. Do you really think I can do a quick paint job?
Yeah.
Robin exists.
Yeah, Robin, can you come paint my Fane of Nyrro for me? You just have to match my colour scheme exactly, yeah.
I probably could.
Yeah. Well,
money.
We'll see how much gets done. It'll be the challenge on. Maybe I might go live on Thursday, so it'll be yesterday as of this comes out, because my wife is out. So I have the evening to paint and get stuff built. I need to get it all built, magnetized and whatnot, and then at least base coated for Sunday. Yeah. It's going to be busy.
Very busy.
Yeah. But, Robin, have you actually done any hobby in the last week? I know you've been crazy busy.
Yes, I actually managed to do a small painting tutorial for one of the warjacks that I'm currently doing, which is going to be posted along with the other 2 parts to it soon.
Yeah.
I also did Major What's-His-Face from the Gravediggers, which I showed you 20 minutes before.
Argo Brock.
Arco Brock.
Major What's-His-Face. Official title, Major What's-His-Face. Love it.
Yeah, no, those are the only 2 that I've really done. Apart from that, I haven't really done much.
But progress is progress.
Progress.
That's it.
How about you, Mike?
I received a really nice parcel on Monday, which may have contained Constance and Gallant. So I started cracking on trying to figure out that one, because the instructions are not up.
No, they should come out tomorrow. Or yesterday, as of. I haven't assembled Connie yet, but.
I mean, I started to. There's bits that I'm kind of like, where does that go? I'll figure it out. But because I'm doing painting as I'm building, it's kind of made life easier, because, hey, I'm not going to get white on bits of silver.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Gallant was pretty easy to just follow through, but some of the pieces are very small on Connie, aren't they? So I was kind of like,
because you've got like all the ribbons and.
Yeah, I've elected to wait till the instructions on that. I don't need to use her this weekend anyway, because I don't think she has much of a place in the Fane of Nyrro. Maybe if I was running my House Callus this weekend, she'd be in that. But kind of want to take her in Dark Operations just because it's funny.
I think she fits quite nicely in my. Well, she fits quite nicely in the Creels.
Yeah, she's a good anchor point, isn't she? To then put stuff on. So
because then stuff comes on from ambush and goes, haha.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the model. It's lovely. The Jack, especially Gallant, is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to painting that, but I need to do a little bit more work on the base and make it do something more interesting, and then we'll see. But I'm going to paint her all battle damaged and chipped and broken and looking a bit like she's been on the road for a long time. You know?
And find the perfect size bucket to put on her head for the Dark Ops, yeah?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, to be fair, I can scale some of the heads and print some. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be a Dark Operations Constance Blaze in my near future.
I'm giving you too many ideas here, buddy.
Oh, that was already on the list. I was tempted to buy a second one, but seeing the difference in price, I'm actually slightly tempted to subscribe to the app from a second email address for a year and go on out because it's that much cheaper. There we go. Further shenanigans. That's what we need.
We will further the shenanigans.
Well,
yeah. What else have we done this week? Mike and I played some games on Sunday.
We did?
Yeah.
Did not go well.
I thought it went very well. High Scene was up 5 scenario points and in a position to make Grimtusk eat that stupid bandana. And then I kind of let you have at, didn't I? With High Scene on feet turn with Kithgard going, well, we've got lots of guns. and high scene under feet, Storm Rager, and deceleration. So armor 24, 5 transfers, 4 shadow shifts available. She wasn't dying.
You used one of them.
I did use one. I used 1 shadow shift. Oh, and she had excessive healing on, and was under Ashen Veil, because she was stood up with the Fane Knights and the Sith's Prophet. So yeah, lots of defensive tech going on there. I don't think she was going down, and she was stood between 2 objectives as well, so it was very difficult for you to get her off and claim enough objectives to not lose that way. So I think that went well. Look forward to seeing what people do with her on Sunday. I'm hoping that people can be a little bit like, ooh, wasn't expecting that, and just get murdered. But yeah, we'll see. So yes, while we're talking about Fane, Baron of Dice is at Gen Con, which is now. So go hit him up. He's got the Fane of Nyrro dice. They look really cool. If anyone wants to buy some at Gen Con and post them to me, I'd appreciate that. So yeah, those are lovely. Court of Shadows has been released in the app. All the rules are now there. We did a little video on it if you want to check it out. A little card up that way somewhere. Just with a little teaser of some of the rules and some synergies and combos and things in the box. But it's a nice little 48-point box it worked out as in the end, with some really fun control stuff in there. So that's groovy. They did a live stream, a load of Q&A stuff as well, so that's worth hitting up. And then the thing they surprised at the end of the live stream, Nymara, the Shadow Blade, that is an 80mm base. Oh my good god. That model is... Yes. Yes is what that model is.
That's alright.
She is the war beast caster, so she wants the big battle group. So she's on a big old Strigon. You can run 10 war beasts with her. Yeah, we'll see. Apparently, she doesn't need to worry too much about fury management. So
okay.
They didn't say much more than that, but we find out next Tuesday what she's doing, and she goes up on pre-order. So I need it. I want it. I need it. It's mine. That will make me very happy. And oh my god, that model is so cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And hey, I'm going to be happier after that.
Yeah. Yeah, Fortress King.
Something really big's coming.
So
I saw the painting tutorial for that earlier, just as I was cooking dinner. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks so good.
I know. When I was talking to him at Lock and Load, I was saying it hurt his shoulder from hefting it the entire time. So you get yourself a little like lazy Susan to put it on to paint it. That model is massive. Like,
it is, but it looks so good.
It's almost the size, like an actual size pig, which is pretty cool. So, what they said, full look at his gameplay, or first look at gameplay later this week. So, then Saturday's Paint Machine episode, where we're going to do part 2 of the paint process. I suspect we'll probably see his rules on Saturday then.
Very likely.
Actually know most of his rules already, but the big chain axe thing and its crit wrecker is amazing. It fires like a big 6-inch power 21 spray out every time you crit with it. So, yeah.
Very excited.
Mm-hmm. And then, if you haven't seen the War Machine Tribe, they did a preview the other day for that. We're getting the Meat Thresher. We've got Fane of Nyrro objectives. The Vorsalys Extreme is looking like he's just got mad aura stood up on his rock, looking pretty cool. So that's all funky, so go check that out. And the mini crates, I was right. It's a Grill Stone Bearer. I was wrong about the faction. I thought it was going to, well, I was wrong about the army. I thought it was going to be Kithgard, didn't I? But it's not. It's a booty boss.
It is a booty boss, and what a glorious booty boss it is.
Exactly. So it looks cool. Everyone loves a troll, right? Especially a troll in a pirate hat. So
That's
can't really
it.
go far wrong. Can't really go far wrong with that. Awesome. So I want to talk about an army list for Vorsalys. And
Do we have the time, really? I mean,
there's a lot that can go into this. Now we've got a lot more of the Fane of Nyrro stuff out and in the app. We can do a lot more rules conversations on it. I think there's some interesting stuff going on. I might do some separate little demo bits. Now I've got some scenery set up as well, so we might do some little like how-to videos on like actual scenario play and things like that as well. So we shall see. But yes, Vorsalys and Big Daddy Spellcaster. So if you didn't watch the Court of Shadows preview or our little preview video as well, which is here again, take 5 minutes out of your day, watch that. Some cool stuff in there. But as the new caster, he is the spellcasting portion of the Fane of Nyrro, and he can do a couple of very, very powerful things in that he can ignore Spell Ward, Sacred Ward, and all of those sorts of things that prevent you being targeted by spells.
you.
Yeah. He can also cast spells outside of his own activation. So that is very powerful, especially given his spell list is a lot of like debuffs and things. So there's a few like, he's not got any like, I don't think he's going to be a spell assassin caster because he's got no big hitting spells. They all cap out at power 10.
Yeah.
But he can essentially lock a model out being able to do anything useful for a round very easily. Especially being able to cast... Oh, and when he uses one of his hunger abilities that allows... So any Eldritch model can use his hunger ability that it causes him to cast a spell, but that Eldritch is the point of origin. So you want lots of Eldritch models in your army, and then they essentially throw out spells, but he is still the caster, which is important for one of the synergies that I want to talk about. But just very quickly looking at his spell list, so Arcane Winds for +2 range on any arcane attack. Great, that's for friendly faction models in his control range. We're going to use that. Blinding Light, model or unit cannot make ranged or arcane attacks and suffers -2 defense. So you shut down range with that. Humble shuts down, prevents something charging, running, and it can't use special attacks or special actions. So, you've got a big melee threat, turn that off. There's your ranged threat, turn that off. And then Wither, it ignores friendly faction models when determining which models are hit by its AoE. Any model or unit that is hit suffers -2 to melee attack damage rolls, which means if you target a solo and it clips a member of a unit here and a member of a unit here, the whole of both units suffer -2 melee attack damage rolls. It has to clip
Not
one
sure how
model
I
in the
feel about
unit to hit everyone.
Does that
Yeah.
include your own stuff?
Nope, it ignores friendly faction models.
Good.
Yeah. And it's a 4-inch AoE. So that's going to hit stuff. You're going to hit a couple of units with that quite easily. And with Arcane Winds active, it's range 12 as well. So, yeah. So he's got some good stuff. He's also got Death's Dominion, so undead gain blast resistance on rise. Hey look, almost everything's undead. It's a good one. And Perdition as well, so when it damages an enemy model, you can move one of your battle group up to 5 inches. So you can extend the threat range of the beasts in your army, which already have speed 7, so fairly long threat ranges. Yeah. So a fun little combo. I mentioned about it was him, Vorsalys, who's casting the spell. So I've popped Giovanna in my list, and I think she's going to be a good one for him. One, she's attached, therefore she's a member of the battle group and can be moved with Perdition, so you can get her out of the way if you need to. Or moves towards things with Perdition, so maybe not that useful on her. But she can give guidance, which means the target model gains eyeless sight. So give Vorsalys eyeless sight. Every time he's casting a spell, he's ignoring stealth and clouds and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, that's a nice little combo. Plus, you can pop her during his activation to give hunger points. So if you need those extra spells out, you can just take her off, cast your extra spells. I've got 3 Lesser Eldritch in there. Puppet Masters, Visions of Torment, Blood Shift. Handy abilities. You're extending their range. They can ambush. They've got advanced deployment. And he generates hunger by having people in contesting, or Eldritch in contesting range of objectives. So they can just appear on the sides and run on, or they can start further up the field, so you can get those further objectives on turn 1 and start generating those 3 or 4 points of hunger quite easily straight off turn 1. So that's a solid little one there. Got a Strigon Rider in there. So one thing Vorsalys doesn't have is any kind of armor debuff or any kind of damage buff. So most of what the beasts are tap out of power 15. He's not going to be killing stuff. He can cripple the enemy, doesn't necessarily kill them. That's what the Strigon Rider is for. For when something needs to die, this comes and deals with it. You've been on the receiving end of one of those, Mike, and you don't think you liked it very much, did you?
No, not at all. Especially considering you had 2.
I do. I was fairly limited in what I can take, but yeah, one of my lists for Sunday's got 2 in as well, so I actually need to finish painting the second one. That's the last model I've got that I currently own that needs painting, so yeah. We've then put Thelmara, so Mistress of the Damned. She is an Eldritch solo, so she can trigger the hunger. So she's incorporeal, she's got no attacks, so she can stay back, keeping one of your backline ones, or, you know, support in the middle. She's got Dark Seduction, which still allows you to move a model and make a basic attack, which is fun. She's also got Lawkeeper's Hex, which is a new ability, range 10 or 12 under Vorsalys' spell, which lets her take control of an enemy model and make 1 basic attack. There are no restrictions on that model other than non-leader. So it can take over a war beast or a warjack and just go, yep, okay, fire the big gun or whatever. Pretty handy. So she's going to use your stuff to kill your stuff. But wait, there's more. So she's got 3 abilities that she can pick one of a turn. One of them means that when she controls someone else's model, its attack and damage roll are boosted. So that Lawkeeper's Hex taking over the big gun on your big old Gravedigger Jack or whatever turns around and does a fully boosted shot back into your own caster.
That's just horrible.
Yep. Or she can Passage of Shadows, so she can do a 5-inch teleport at the end of her location, at the end of her activation. So move her forward, trigger something, do your hit, and then disappear. Or Dance Macabre, she can make 2 special attacks this activation. So she can move a warrior model and attack with it, and then control something else. Pretty handy. She's 5 points, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I like the idea of her. I am intrigued to see what happens on the battlefield, because obviously I say, oh, you can control a warjack and slap something. Well, if it's not got anything in melee range, so we'll see. I mean, you can make a ranged attack with it, but they're usually less powerful, so we'll see. We'll see. Continuing the moving shenanigans, Blood Sirens. I feel like Blood Sirens are going to be in every Fane list. Like, it's going to take you 9 attacks to get rid of the unit.
Yeah.
They're stealth, and they can move stuff. And they've got anatomical precision. So you can run in, hit 2 things, move them away, give them both torment. They're going to generate you hunger. They're going to clear stuff off objectives, move things out of the way, and just give you that board control. And I think that's a key part of Vorsalys. He is control, control, control. He just wants to lock the board down and be like, right, you go where I tell you can go. Makes it his game. We've got a unit of Fane Stalkers. Now, I've got a Sithis Prophet attached to these guys, but actually I'm slightly tempted to move that over to either the unit of the Devoted or the Blood Sirens, because that puts an Eldritch model in that unit, so you can then use it to trigger his hunger if they're in the right place. But that's just one to consider. But yeah, unit of Fane Stalkers, sit on the back 40, keep it controlled, generate you that hunger, and you've got Thunderbolt shots, Afflictor shots, or Huntsman's Lure, so you can increase the speed of your beasts. You've got a nice little bit of versatility there. Again, Fane Stalkers, like the Blood Sirens, are probably going to be in every single Fane of Nyrro list. They are very solid.
Yeah.
I put the Sithis Prophet in there mostly for Grim Returns, just to pop them back if they get killed. Whether that's the best move, I don't know. I think maybe
it is.
Yeah. The other option is putting the Overseer in with the Blood Sirens. The Overseer's got ranged attack, but he gives them blast resistance.
Yeah, but you also got Ashen Veil on the Sithis Prophet as well.
Yeah, it's melee protection, isn't it? So
yeah, so you get them stuck in, you use the Ashen Veil on the turn, some of them die, then you just go, cool, I bring them back in that combat round.
Yeah.
And then they attack, so that's how I play that.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's one option. The other option is putting the Sithis Prophet in with the Devoted. So where they're defense 14, that puts them to an effective 16. And they are a melee unit, so they want to be in close.
And they get +2 melee attack and damage rolls for one.
Yeah.
So you charge them in with Ashen Veil, so it makes them harder to be hit.
Exactly. So I think, you know, that's a flex point there. The 2 points of that Prophet can move around. You know, blast resistance on the Blood Sirens means that targeting them with AoEs isn't necessarily going to be very effective. So maybe that's the answer, although he doesn't get stealth, so, you know, we'll see. Give it some thought. Then the last 2 bits in here is the Clevernesh and the Devoted. Clevernesh, for some damage output, simply they can not only can they put damage out, but they also put out hunger as well. You've got gunfighter, dual attack, weapon masters. You know, they're going to be doing a lot of work in this list. They're going to be doing some of the heavy lifting, basically. I think that's kind of key. And then the unit of the devoted. Sorry?
They also resist blast.
Yep.
Which for some armies can be a big thing.
It's what a lot of people use to clear out very light infantry like them. You know, they're 5 boxes, they're only armor 12.
Yeah.
Stealth, defense 15, so they're hard to hit. Throw some AoEs at them, that's a problem. But yeah, blast resistance. You know, most means you need to be at least power 7. Most blasts are sort of 7 or 8, aren't they? So you're needing 5s or 6s to cause a single point of damage. They're probably not getting blown up very easily. And advanced deployment, speed 7, so you can get that further objective to contest it turn 1, and at the end generate some hunger. Weirdly, their unit card has the House Callus symbol on it in the app. In fact, all of these do. Not the Fane of Nyrro one, which is a bit odd. And the reason I mentioned the Devoted at the same time, so the Clevernesh can shadow shift on hit, but don't take any damage. If you shadow shift to a member of the Devoted, you gain a refund of 1 hunger point back, so a shadow shift is only costing you 2. And it also triggers a vengeance move for the Devoted, an additional +2 attack and damage as well for the round. So you send someone in, hit one of the Clevernesh, it jumps back 4 inches to get out of the way, takes one of the Devoted out, and then you get 4 angry vampire monks come charging in to basically countercharge in the maintenance phase next turn. Frees up the Clevernesh to then go on and do other things and pick their target a bit better. I feel like that's going to be a solid combo. Plus the photo of the Devoted as a unit made them look like a boy band, and that's amazing. So yeah, I think that's my version 1. I've got in there then 2 Vordax, a tamed alpha with poisonous barbs. That gives the Massacre Animus to a poison barbed alpha, and then a Screecher subjugated with bladed armor. Gives me the Faint Animus, which means Vorsalys can have reposition if he wants to, which is pretty potent. Then Hawkos, because goddamn that model is sick and I need it in my life. He kind of behaves more like a normal beast, and quite a lot of the time he's going to be fairly high armor. So he starts at 18, he can give himself unyielding, and then if he's damaged by an enemy attack, he gains +2 armor as well. So he's going to be 22 after the first attack, which is pretty good. And then also Defy the Void. So once per game you can shadow shift to him and he doesn't get removed from play. He takes d6 damage. That damage is considered to be an enemy attack, thus triggering his outrage. And he can go off and do that. It's pretty cool. And the model is amazing. Yeah. But back to the contemplating face from Mike there. He's looking at this and he's thinking, right, how do I take that apart?
I've already seen ways I could take it apart.
Oh yeah. It's not got huge amounts of hitting power. Like
No. But the bits that do have the hitting power, you can easily slow those down by again taking out Cyrus Prophet. That will help a lot because taking that -2 off of it, so avoiding the Devoted as much as possible, or putting a tanky unit beasting into it.
Mm.
Something that can soak up a lot of damage that can also pump out enough hits into it.
Yeah, I mean, those devoted, even with the bonus, they're only power 12, so they're mat 7.
And if I had the really good rolls that I had against you with the machine guns and take 4 of them, oh look, they moved with 1 of them. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still moving. Shoot. Oh, what's that? The other 2? Shoot.
Exactly. You know, they're a fun little unit. I think they are better with following the Clevernesh than necessarily following your caster. I think the only issue I've got here is making sure he's protected with enough Shadow Shift targets, because the Clevernesh and the Devoted are potentially going to be off on a flank. Blood Sirens are kind of high value to be jumping to. So you've got the Fane Stalkers, who are probably going to be too far back, leaving you with the Lesser Eldritch, Giovanna, who you probably don't want to Shadow Shift to, because she's got her own thing. So you've got 1 Shadow Shift in Horkos, and then you're using up those Lesser Eldritch probably. So that's the quandary here, unless you can spread the Devoted out and get them close enough. But Def 14, Armor 13, single hitbox. They're quite easy to remove.
Yeah, could be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun and interesting list. It's definitely less around just brutalizing your opponent.
Yeah.
And it's more geared around just controlling the board, taking the objectives, making sure your opponent can't get good use out of their models. And
I will also add, for any of our watchers, listeners who are D&D fans and want to play a reborn monk, these things look perfect for that.
They are. They're so cool. And the little image for them is just super cool. They've done a good job with the sculpts and the photography on this. I really am 100% sold on these guys. Yeah.
So Maz is excited.
He is very excited.
I am. There's a lot of good stuff coming. The live stream they did for the Court of Shadows of talking about all the sort of different combos and bits and pieces. And then I asked them about what any tips or any teasers on the 80 mil, and they said which one. So that was interesting. But I think what they were referencing there is Nymara, who is my friend. And then I suspect we're going to get an 80 mil beast as well to go with it.
Yeah.
That would make sense. And fairly soon as well. Yeah. I've already put my pre-order in for the Court of Shadows, although now they've got her going up for pre-order on Tuesday. I might check what the date is for the release, and maybe I will just order them both at the same time. We'll see. Yeah. Excitement.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Was that everything on our list?
I think so. I think that was everything that we had on the list for today.
Cool. Awesome. Well, all that remains to be said then is all of the wonderful algorithmic bits. So, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. It all helps us out, helps us go a little bit further, and helps other people be forced to listen to us. We slowly approach 300 subscribers.
Yeah, we're on like 294.
Yeah.
Send us to your friends, your family, your mum, anyone who would just listen to us ramble on about a game we love, randomly movies, and listen to Maz fawn over vampires like some Twilight loving person in the early 2000s. You need to add glitter to him, buddy.
Oh,
Not Twilight. Dracula.
no, he loves the Twilight. That's just the cover that he has over his favorite book.
As it were I an immortal, what I would definitely not do is repeatedly go to school. That is not how that would work.
You leave poor Shovelface alone.
Just no. Cool. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for listening, and let us know in the comments what you think of the Court of Shadows, anything that you think is busted beyond belief, any wonderful combos I've missed that you want me to subject these to, let me know, and we'll see you next week.
Please.
See you next week for something that is.
See you next week, guys.